Okay, thanks very much for coming back to the second part of our mega unboxing of Lepin and other brand Lego. Used Lego or Lego clone, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this lot's been lying on me for absolutely ages, but I thought, well, I better get it all unboxed and then I can get it stored away and then get it into the build cycle, as it were, because there's quite a bit to get through. Anyway, so we have the container ship, okay, which was the 10241 set. We've got the original for that, so we may do a comparison build. But I did actually get some other brands, and one of the other brands was Gudi, and that has got in there the Black Seas Barracuda. And here we have the original Lego Black Seas Barracuda. You can see I've had it on display a little bit. I mean, it's a really old model, and the sails could do with a little bit of a press and flattening, but there's a couple of little tiny bits missing. I've got all the minis to this, but I wanted to see what their version was like, and I know for a fact that the actual sails are different than the Black Seas Barracuda, so I might leave that connected up and then have a look at that. In this box here we're going to have a Black Pearl and Queen Anne's Revenge, so we've got a bit of Pirates of the Caribbean going on in there. And lastly, in our little box, it caught my eye because there's sometimes often some really good deals, and this was sort of a space shuttle thing, so we'll probably crack that open in a minute. So let's just get some of this off the table. So we'll put our pearls and one thing down there. We'll go for that next. So we'll have a look at what's in this. I'll have to be reminded of the brand. So let's open her up. Now I have many of these I've opened beforehand. So this is the Gudi, G-U-D-I. Some people reckon that the Gudi brand is a bit more superior than the Lepin brand. Can't say I've built this one yet, but this is a nice little space shuttle scene, and I think it was about £20 for the whole lot. So there's a nice little manual there, and very nice, easy build. There's our stickers there in the middle. Okay, for the sets. This doesn't actually mirror a Lego set, so it's something that they've done themselves. I mean, I stand corrected if people say no, it was brought out as a city version, but I can't say I've seen it. So there we are, 679 pieces. Nice little manual there for everything. The board, yeah, we've already had a big discussion about the board. This one's pretty flat actually, but it's about double the height of a normal Lego board, so just bear that in mind if you need to have them next to each other. And as we empty everything out, so our little stand bits there. Okay, I don't remember that being a section from Lego, so whilst the brick is brick, okay, this is probably not necessarily a exact build. Now what I do think I have in this set, if I open this one up and take this out, I seem to have a tool. Yeah, so there's the nice little tiny Lego tool. I could call it Lego, a little brick tool, you know, for separating bricks. So you get a little tool like that. And none of the bags are numbered. I mean, it's only 700, just shy of 700 pieces in there, so you're not going to have too much work with it. Nice and colourful. This would be quite a nice bright little set to build actually, so we'll probably do a build on that. I just wanted to see what the quality was like with this Gudi, that's the right pronunciation. They don't do huge range. Lepin seems to run the market, as it were, for the whole of that, so but I would be interested, because some people have come back and said it's a far superior brand, and there's some minifigs in there. Once again, the minifigs come in, you know, every single component broken down for the minifigs, so that's what we have to look out for there. Okay, I'll pop these back in there and look at our next bit. One thing I will say is when you're unpacking and so on, please check all the bits and pieces are in there, because very easy to to miss something out. But I thought for the money, £20 was a very good deal. And it looks a lot going on, so it's quite a nice city thing. So you get the shuttle and boosters and the gantry and, you know, some signage, and there's a satellite thing there, I think, or something, a little rover vehicle and stuff. So yeah, quite a bit going on. So I'll put those away there, and our next having a look at will be now this is our other brand. Okay, so like I said, I wanted something. I'd seen it for the Barracuda. I wanted to see what their sort of version was. I didn't see the Lepin version. Lepin, I keep calling it Lepin version. And always check the bags, make sure there's nothing inside. We'll dispose of that, and be careful of cutting into that. Make sure you know where the manual is. You don't want to be slicing through your manual. Last thing you want to do, because the manuals are pretty good. I can't say I had a bad manual. That's been nicely printed, and we'll just slice that back there. Obviously now I've got one built, I'll tidy that one up. It's been lying around for a little bit, so the obligatory need of a dust. And this is the competition bit where you have to work out how to get in. There seems to be a... Let's pop that out, nice little semi-bag in there, just check the packaging for anything. So this is inside its own poly, so we can crack open this poly. One thing that you will notice is that when you actually open everything up, they seem to inflate. You know, everything seems to come in a tiny box, and when you actually get it all out and get it on the thing, it's all there. You know. So okay. So another semi bag there. Okay, I'll actually open that up, and let's see what the make was on here. So put your glasses on for this one. This is brick. Oh, this is the Enlighten. Okay, sometimes that's another. I'm not 100% sure if it's the brand, but certainly Enlighten is one of the top names of the manufacturer. And looking at the booklet there, ooh. Right, well there's our sails. As you can see, there's a motif on the sails which isn't on the original, but outside of that I would have said the sails look very similar, but they've got a motif of a skull and crossbones which isn't as per the original. And my first impressions, this is not a big build. Obviously they've copied the, you know, I don't remember this cartoon being in the front there. Yeah, it looks... Yeah, I was at first thought I saw the faded bits, but obviously they faded them out because the accent is on actually the parts that go in to do the build. So just have a quick look at the cannon. Got cannon in here. Yeah, 4 cannons. Yeah, it's like I said on the thing there. It's got the motif of the skull and crossbones, which wasn't on the original. So if you're looking for an exact original copy, that's not here. Once again, the Black Seas Barracuda, it's we're talking what, 150 to 200 pounds for a good set with box and everything, so it could be quite expensive, but yeah, it looks functional. A couple of differences: we've got some sort of halberd spear on the side there, which is what didn't come with the original. I mean, yeah, I think this is definitely one for the treatment of comparison with the Lego one. Okay, so what we're doing. Oh, and there's our. I seem to be coming across. I never had so many. Another little Lego, not Lego, brick thing in there. So I'll look at these now. These inserts. Yeah. I've got to say, first impressions. I mean, it's solid. It looks right, but it's not. I don't remember the Lego having these inserts on there, so there will be some subtle changes. And there's some white sort of powdery stuff. on there. That'll be from the mould release, no doubt. But the parts all look squared up, ready for the actual boat to be built. And in there will be the flags. The flag prints, yeah, we'll have a look at the prints. Just a quick visual impression through there. The flag prints may be somewhat different. They look a tad blurry. But anyway, I'm looking through bags and stuff at the moment, so I'm not really digging in too much with that. So anyway, looks interesting. Once again, this particular model was about £20, so it wasn't a lot. And certainly if you collect the pirate ships and you don't want to be buying the stupid money that people ask on there, so you're going to go for that, aren't you? And it's sort of, just a kids build and so on and have fun, and why not? If you want a collector's edition, then go buy yourself a Lego one and pay the collector's edition prices. So there's our Barracuda, as it were, and the next ship, it's all ships, and here we have the container ship. Now I do have the original container ship, the 10241. Came out a few years ago, then discontinued. Seemed to have a lot of them in the Lego shop. Nobody really wanted them, and now suddenly when everything goes discontinued, it's oh my goodness, I've missed out, blah 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 blah. And once again, here we go. You've got to be careful when you're splitting these. This has got brick is starting to come out, so you need a big area. And it's probably myself that went through one of them bags there. But let's have a look now. I'm going to be. So this is our container ship. Once again, as soon as it comes out, it expands. Now, one thing I have noticed. Have a look at that. In this, right, before I get there, here's the manual. So there's the manual for the container ship. So it's a big kit, and nicely, yeah, that looks right. Clearly a copy, but the colouring seems to be okay. One of the things you've got to look out for really is the differentiation between the dark grey and the black. There's nothing worse than saying, well, is that a black brick or is that a dark grey brick? You're sort of stuck. There's all our stickers for the containers, so quite a bit of stickering to do. Yeah, and one other thing which I'm very impressed with, this seems to be one of the early attempts at bag numbering. Okay, so they've obviously followed along. Like I say, I haven't seen this with any other kit so far, apart from the fisherman's shop, the old fishing shop. That came in bag numbers, but there's that's listed in baggy numbers, and they've actually gone and put the numbers on the bags in little stickers. So this is obviously another version of there, except for that one doesn't have a bag number. So it might be a little bit hit or miss actually. Oh no, it was on there. So they're on there. I think that one might just come off, but probably doesn't take rocket science to work out things. But the little stickers that they put on at the factory. So yeah, your numbered bags. Oh, bits flying out of there. That one's not a numbered bag. Once again, but the vast majority are numbered bags. Number one. So without too much of ado, you can get on with your bag numbering. And that's a couple of bricks that just goes to show you the sort of tolerances at which they work. There's no movement in them at all. They snap together nicely, they're holding together, and then come off. Not as grippy as the original Lego, obviously. And I think one of the concerns was with this, with a constant wear, constant snapping, clicking, will the plastics loosen. That's really only going to be a case if you were using these bricks to give to kids to constantly build over and over again. So you have to have a look at that. But it is what it is. Okay, so there's our plate, our coloured bits and bobs, nicely numbered. Okay, so yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm definitely going to do a build on this as a separate. Just need to sort of get rid of all this stuff now. Should have had a box to hand, shouldn't I? Just bear with me while I push all this out of the way. Because what we're going to do now is just very quickly look at the last two ships. Sort of ship notes, right? All ships. And that is the... let's move over. Oh, look at that, what a mess. That's bad planning, not having a box to the ready. And looking around the den, I don't see I can grab my hands on much at the moment. So hopefully you can all see everything's going on. So there's our container ship. Very nice, very nice. I forget what the price was actually of that. It's about £30, £40, something like that. Pretty good value. Okay, and one of the things that some of the suppliers do is they'll do a package deal. So if you have a look on, they'll do sets, and they come out a couple of quid cheaper, but you can buy the set, and they'll have the Black Pearl, the the Barracuda maybe, they'll have the Queen Anne's Revenge, they'll have a couple of other ships, but you can buy a pack, okay, and they'll all come over together. Sometimes some of these smaller ships, they'll come over by normal post, yeah, but if you buy bulk, then a number together, and they'll come through with a DHL. So once again, for going in, now this all contains our Black Pearl stuff. Once again, there's no numbering on the bags. Now this particular one is, let's have a look here, I suspect that this is the Queen Anne's Revenge. Barbossa's ship, if I remember rightly. Quite an interesting, a lot of brick going on in here. Yeah, lots of little bits. I'm not going to press around it too much, I don't want too much to break off. Now, one of the things they did mention, so it is definitely the Queen Anne's Revenge, and that's everything. And the other bag in there is to do with, that'll be the Black Pearl. I'll put that there. It's all getting very busy on here now, and I've got both of the instruction books there, so we'll have a look at those instruction books in a moment. Okay, I'll put that down there. And I'll finish this. So, Queen Anne's Revenge. Now, one of the things you've got to be careful of, there is no numbered bags on this, as I said. We'll come back to the pirates. Look at that. Talk about a direct copy. Even what's his name on there? Jack Sparrow. So once again, booklet's really nicely produced. Nice colour photographs. Never had a problem with the manuals, as I've said a number of times. Never had an issue with them. Easy to follow. They are, in most cases, a direct duplicate to the originals, and but may have been shortened. They may, in some cases, they put some instructions together, so there won't be as many. But that looks, that's quite a nice weighty manual. But one of the things that did crop up with some places was about the screwed up sails. Okay, so be prepared for that. My personal thing is I'm going to let's get these sails out a minute. And this, just as an example for this one. So they're a little bit scrunched up, yeah. But quite frankly, if you could put those between, say, some heavy books, yeah. Now I used to have the original to this, and I'm not 100% sure it had the motif, but somebody correct me, because I did have an original one of these, and I don't remember the motif of the crossed swords. But if they were there, then great. Sails look really nice, nice quality, but they will come a bit creased up. All right, so just stick them between some very heavy books, and they'll iron them out. Personally, I wouldn't go into ironing unless you put sort of a sheet on or something. I don't know how colour fast they are with the dyes and so on, so you don't want to be bleeding any of the colours through. But apart from that, yeah, going off things, lots of the Queen Anne's has a lot of skulls. Okay, and that was quite a fun build actually on there. So that's the Queen Anne's Revenge. I've got all that lot put away. Find it a suitable resting place later. I use a lot of locking boxes for all these, because none of the stuff comes with. I know that they do send stuff out in the boxes, but I've never received a box, and certainly for transportation reasons, it's all going to come to us like that. And what I tend to have is a lot of the sort of locking lid boxes, which you can get quite cheaply from your local DIY store or somewhere. I can have a deal. So there we go, black pearl. Next up, lovely. Oh, there may have been a jitter there because the camera went off. Anyway, so black pearl, lovely thick manual there. Once again, nicely laid out, very easy to follow. Really nice build. I used to have one of these as well. So I don't know where I got it. Obviously got all the minifigs and things in. I mean, minifigs to a lot of people were, you know, you've got your collectors and, you know, but I've never found them a problem. So there we go. Nice book, nice colour book, very good. And always separated in a separate bag. And there's all our bits and pieces for our pearl. Okay. Make sure that there's nothing else extra in the bags on there. Making sure that they're all the components, the spars, the ribbon, everything's perfect on there. It is a nice build, this I must say. I do like that. Once again, you'll find that sales are a bit screwed up there. They tend to come with lots of extra weapons as well. There's our bags. Once again, not numbered bags. But there's not a huge amounts of components to this, and there's all our minifigs. Once again, the minifigs all come with, oh, they've actually got the heads pressed in, so that's unusual. They don't normally come with the heads, so every component of the minifig is normally in separate, but they've actually got the heads pressed in, so one little less job for yourselves to do. Cost-wise, I think there was about the black pearl, I think the whole black. Okay, thanks very much for coming back to the second part of our mega unboxing of Lepin and other brand Lego. Used Lego or Lego clone, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this lot's been lying on before for absolutely ages, but I thought, well, I better get it all unboxed and then I can get it stored away and then get it into the build cycle, as it were, because there's quite a bit to get through. Anyway, so we have the container ship. Okay, which was the 10241 set. We've got the original for that, so we may do a comparison build. But I did actually get some other brands, and one of the other brands was Gudi, and that has got in there the Black Seas Barracuda. And here we have the original Lego Black Seas Barracuda. You can see I've had it on display a little bit. I mean, it's a really old model. And the sails could do with a little bit of a press and flattening, but there's a couple of little tiny bits missing. I've got all the minis to this, but I wanted to